Alright, today we're going to do some nice relaxing Thomas is Alone, just to get away from the stress of all of the world around us. A cute little indie game with the most adorable two-dimensional characters the world has ever seen. The program was a massive failure. People forget this. It was a massive flop. The coder started adding name strings to the AIs as joke. Thomas AT236 wasn't special, it was just an AI in the right place at the right time.
Thomas was alone. Wow, a weird first thought to have.
I've been having a bit of a weird time recently. So I thought I'd play a bit of Thomas is Alone. It's a nice chill game. And we're going to do a very chill stream as we move this little lovely rectangle into all of the lovely little boxes.
Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity.
The controls are very simple.
1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
And we've got a lovely narrator. You are really good at falling, Thomas.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word? Jump.
Wow. And now Thomas can jump. He jumps very well.
It worked! Thomas had solved the great inverted fall mystery.
Boink, 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 and teleport.
A big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently.
What a great philosophy to have of the world. Pushing you gently.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment.
What a horrible
He was
world.
starting to suspect it might even be...
Oh, we went a bit too fast there. Thomas, the world might be doing it on purpose.
Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might, or might not, be important.
Boop. Ooh, spooky looking level.
It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No, too obvious.
I do like a nice little self-aware game like this and the Stanley Parable. There's quite a few little fun indie games that just chill you out and are relaxing in a fun way.
Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it. Made another mental note. 4. Water. Not good. To be avoided.
Yes, very bad. Toxic acid water, Thomas. We'll avoid it for now, or I'll do my best to try to not murder you constantly.
The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
I love his little jump animation. How much character this tiny little rectangle has. Here we go, Thomas, almost at the end. Boop.
Thomas had a new theory. The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper.
You are a pretty good jumper now, Thomas.
He was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
Aww. Don't we all? As such a human little rectangle.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was? Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times.
You're fine, Chris.
Not technically graceful, probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
Oh. Come on. Chill game, easy jumps. Here we go. Oh, or not. You're getting a bit punched in the face there, Thomas. Here we go. Now Chris can make his way down the lovely thing, and we're learning the meaning of cooperation and friendship. Beautiful soundtrack. And we can all just relax. How's everyone's days been? Really? Oh, wow. Oh, that's good at least.
This was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him? Great. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile.
Up we go. In you go, Chris, and Thomas in after. Beautiful. Let's go again.
Was this good? Because on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure. Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him. Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
Oh, there's just a little bit more of a delay between Chris's jumps and Thomas's. Boink. Boink. There we go. Thomas, you're going to have to do it on your own. There we go. Did it finally. We need to find out more about Thomas and Chris's great adventures.
Chris stared at Thomas with pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness. That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up, if only for a few levels.
Oh, you don't really mean that, Chris. You love Thomas now. Even this much splitting up is a lot. Ah. Come on. Go. Oh. Oh. Alright, that might have been a lot of deaths in a row. I don't think this game has a counter at the end that tells me how many times I died, or at least I hope it doesn't. Here we are.
Tom knew. He knew that this was his chance. A moment to shine. This was game day.
Okay, this is solvable. And you put Chris up first, then Thomas. Like that. And then move John. Chris. Thomas. Chris again. There we are.
This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where'd they come from, anyway?
Hey, Chris made the jump all on his own. Which lets John get to his own one. Portal, portal, portal. What sort of teamwork will we need to do this time?
John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome.
Go, John, go. Embrace the awesome.
To flex those muscles, to put his training to use, time to show those little dots how it was done. John decided to press the switch, to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies.
Well,
You could
That's-
tell from the sympathetic expression he practiced in the mirror all these years.
I don't know. It's more than most people. Even John's practice sympathy. I've met a lot of people that can't even master that. And working together, guys, we can get the job done. Here we go. Chris and Thomas. Nice and up here. And we can all jump on down. What we got down here? You wait there a second, Thomas. Well, Chris, nice and up. Chris gets to go through the hole, and Thomas and John can go nice and over. Oh, John is so fast, so sleek, and probably the most attractive golden line I've ever seen. Though I have seen some very attractive chips, because he kind of reminds me of a McDonald's sort of French fried chip thing. Boop. Right, what's next?
John was happy to keep helping. He felt it was important to his image that he was seen to help the little guys.
It is important that you are seen to help the little guys. It's also important that you help the little guys, John. Oh, you just did it, Chris. I wasn't sure for a second there. Thomas and Chris working together, they can get the job done. And John, we know you're not going to have any issues jumping over these blocks. You don't need to show off. It's as easy as possible. No. There we go, you'll need it again, Chris. Not Chris, John. Here we are. Is that going to be enough for Chris? We'll be able to send Thomas up there. Ah, it's just enough.
He
We'll
didn't
come back
mind
to
them
you.
so much either. The red one, Thomas, had a charming way of applauding every time John jumped.
That sounds like Thomas. Big clap energy. Oh, you just did it. Chris! Oh, I thought you were going to abandon Thomas. Well, you did, but that was just me being slow on our lovely button presses. Alright, up we go, Thomas. Bink, bink. Let's try that again. Bink, bink, bink.
Angry orange one was less immediately likeable, but his unremitting cynicism and tutting amused John.
Well, that's good at least. I think unrelenting cynicism is sometimes funny and sometimes very annoying. So I'm glad everyone's enjoying Chris, Thomas, and then John, all in their holes, ready for our next level. Ooh, spooky death water.
This was interesting. A floating target. This would require coordination, balance, and timing.
Does Chris need to go? Chris needs to be up. Thomas has to get right up. A bit worried about Thomas. Boop, boop, boop.
Maybe that's what the dots were for. They were there to extend John's reach, to make his performance even more impressive. John liked the thought. He decided to keep them.
No, that was close. Fuck. I guess it was more than close, actually. Here we go. Thomas, you stay up there. Chris, you go down the hole. John, you're in position. Chris, you're in position. Thomas, you're done. Nice. Cooperation. Teamwork.